Hello again. Fireagate Mark. I'm doing this Deer Creek beginning to end. This is part 2. So what I was realizing is the only way I'm going to be able to finish this stone otherwise is to actually address the bottom now. Normally I save the bottom till it's a little further along, but I know the shape of the stone that I want. So what I have to do is I have to come along, let's see, where's my pointer? I have to come along and cut off the excess here, cut off the excess here, cut off here, and then what I'm going to do is dop it and get it all glued to a stick. So as I work, I can go through the different stages with it ready to go. Otherwise, that's going to take some time because it's got to cure for a day after the fact. So I'm just going to basically do a quick cut right here. So this will be a shorty. You can use a saw. I'm going to use, at first I'm going to try diamond coated bits. You can buy these on eBay or Amazon. Diamond coated 35 millimeter cut-off wheels, something like this. Usually come in 10 packs, and as long as you don't use too much pressure and use lots of water, these things are fairly efficient, and they're really cheap. They work out to, they're cheap, but again, they're cheap. So you can also go a different route and get a diamond sintered, which is diamond impregnated all the way through the blade. These things, you can see, they're thinner, they're a lot more expensive, they're very efficient, fast cutters, but if you apply too much pressure or you bend them as you're carving, it'll break these things right away. And it's like $30 versus 30 cents. So, all right, let's get some carving done. All right, let's see if this works. Lots of water. Let's close. All right. All right. So the stone is. Let's fix it. Turn one off. So you can see the stone is separated away all I'm going to do is I'm going to make one more undercut here. Let's see, I guess if I cut that outside on, I can come in at a better angle. All right, give me a second. Again, sorry for the noise. So there we go. One of the things I like to do is to use, I've got a screwdriver set aside for this. I can flake everything out. But I'm going to make one more cut. Hopefully this blade has it. I'm going to go ahead and switch out the blade because it feels like it's going dull, and that's why it was starting to skip. When I am cutting, I'm probably only using about 2 ounces of pressure. Most of what I'm doing is trying to control the steadiness to make sure it's not rocking back and forth, to make sure that there's enough water going over it, the blade's not heating up. That's my main goal. Okie doke. Let me change out the blade. Be right back. Let's see, I got a line drawn on there so I can get it taken care of really quickly. I've got ink all over my hands too, so let's get rid of this. There's a short video that I do on removing chalcedony that's very similar, making these pre-cuts and then flaking it off later. Alright, so I'm going to go down at about this angle. Is water going? Alrighty, so we got the bottom trimmed off. There's still a little bit of a lip. I just want to flatten this out, and I want to make sure that the color is positioned toward the top. You can do this on a flat lap. It's a little bit easier on a flat lap. If you didn't have access to wheels or a flat lap, you could actually use a bit of 80 grit sandpaper and leave that on a flat surface. Just grind it away. One thing I learned with massage therapy, be careful when you're pressing to not hyperextend your fingers. This will mess them up, so kind of leave them in a bent direction. I don't have to have the bottom perfect now. I'm just getting it to where I can super glue it to a dop stick. The dop stick allows me to work on it so it doesn't go flying out of my hand when I'm doing detailed work. And I get a rough shape. So when I carve, I don't want to go, if this is the top of the stone, I don't want to go in. I want to have it slightly beveled out so it can be set into jewelry easier. So just go for a slight bevel, and I don't want to do too much work on it now. Again, I'm just prepping it for later when the stone is more finished. Taking away any sharp edges. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's get it glued on. All right. So I just glued a section of dowel onto the fire agate. Where's the glue, sweetheart?
Right here.
Want to show it? Just use a touch of Gorilla Glue or a little super glue. I'm not brand specific. Just make sure you have a good amount on there and you hold it on for a while so that it stays. I think I've had best luck when I hold it on there for at least 30 seconds. With some pressure, it kind of activates the glue and gets it going. Other than that, I'm going to just keep holding it on there, and then I'm going to let it cure overnight. We'll be back and we'll finish the stone tomorrow. So this is part 2 of 3, finishing Deer Creek Fire Agate beginning to end with Fireagate Mark. Thank you, my love Amber J, for your help, and we'll be back tomorrow. Take care.